Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The February 6, 2026 meeting of the Medford Site Plan Architecture Commission will now come to order. Amanda, can we have roll call, please?
Yes, Ms. Pierce.
Here.
Mr. Bender.
Here.
Mr. Camiller.
Here.
Ms. Powell. Mr. Thomas.
Here.
And Mr. Whitlock.
Here.
We have 5.
Very good. We have a quorum. Today's meeting is a virtual meeting via Zoom. Today's agenda is available on the city's website at medfordoregon.gov. Click on the Meetings tab near the center of the page, click on the Site Plan Architecture Commission meeting box, and find links to the agenda. The login information and a link for the Zoom meeting is on that same page. If the host gives you permission, you can unmute and talk during the meeting. All participants will be able to hear you. If the host allows you to talk, you will receive a notification. Item 10.1 is election of officers for 2026. May I have a nomination for chair?
Madam Chair, I nominate you, Marcy Pierce, for the position of chair.
Are there any other nominations?
Nope.
All right. Can we have roll call, please?
Is it typical to have a second?
Oh, you might be right.
no.
Yeah, probably.
Second, yeah.
Okay. My apologies, yes. I can't just take your word.
I actually think for nominations, you don't have to have a second.
Okay, okay.
Nomination stands as such.
What was that,
Okay.
Mr. Thomas? I'm sorry, I missed that.
My understanding is for nominations, you do not have to have a second, because you can have multiple nominations.
All right. If there are no more nominations for chair, we'll go ahead and have roll call.
Mr. Bender.
Yes.
Mr. Camiller.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mr. Whitlock.
Yes.
We have 4 yeses.
Well, thank you. I gladly accept. May I have a nomination for vice chair?
Madam Chair, I would nominate Jeff, please. Jeff Bender, sorry. I started to say Thomas, so Jeff Bender.
Very good. Are there any other nominations for vice chair?
And I
Okay.
do accept.
All right. Can we have roll call?
Yes, Ms. Pierce.
Yes.
Mr. Whitlock.
Yes.
Mr. Camiller.
Yes.
And Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
We have 4 yeses.
Very good. Welcome, vice chair.
Thank you. Welcome yourself.
All right. Our next item is item 20, which is our consent calendar. And we have 2 items that were thoroughly vetted over many hearings. Item 20.1 is AC 25-190, and that was Hyatt Park Phase 1A. And 20.2 AC 25-191, which was Hyatt Park Phase 1B. Have all commissioners reviewed the consent calendar? All right, are there any questions? Okay, can I have a motion to adopt the consent calendar as submitted?
Madam Chair, I'd move that the commission adopt the consent calendar as submitted, and I would note for the record that there were some revised final orders that came out yesterday or the day before.
Thank you.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Can we have roll call, please?
Yes, Ms. Pierce.
Yes.
Mr. Camiller.
Abstain.
Mr. Bender.
Yes.
Mr. Whitlock.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
We have 4 yeses.
Very good, the motion passes. Item 30 is approval of the minutes from the January 16th, 2026 meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to be noted? All right, seeing none, the minutes will stand as submitted. Item 40 is oral requests and communications from the audience. This is an opportunity for members of the audience to come forward and speak, and I see no one in the audience, so I will move on to public hearings. Item 50 is public hearings. If you plan to testify, please listen carefully to the following prepared statement regarding the procedural rules that govern such a hearing. The statement will be read by David Schambach, Senior Assistant City Attorney.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm going to explain the rules that govern this hearing. Before the hearing begins, city staff will give a report. The report will list the criteria that govern the city's decision. After the staff report, the hearing will be open for other speakers. The applicant will speak first and may ask for rebuttal time. Following the applicant, any other interested person will be allowed to speak. Before the hearing is closed, anyone who needs more time to present evidence must ask for more time. If you ask, the hearing will be continued or the record will be kept open, and you will have at least 7 days to present additional written evidence. Any testimony, argument, or evidence you give must relate to the criteria listed in the staff report or other criteria in the comprehensive plan or land use regulations that you believe apply to the decision. If you fail to raise an issue or do not give the commission sufficient information so that the commission and any party can respond, you will not be able to appeal that issue to the Land Use Board of Appeals. If you do not raise constitutional or other issues about any proposed condition with specificity so that the commission can respond to that issue, you will not be able to bring a court action for damages.
Thank you. In addition to the rules explained by counsel, we'll be using a timer during this hearing. The applicant or their agent will be given 10 minutes to present their application. Individual citizens who would like to testify will have 3 minutes. Those speaking for a group of citizens will be given 5 to testify. The applicant or agent will then be given a further 5 minutes for rebuttal. Please remember to state your name and address before speaking. Item 50.1, AC 25-396. This is consideration of a proposed pet cremation facility consisting of a single 8,036 square foot building composed of a cremation and processing area and office space. The site is located on a single parcel totaling approximately 1.28 acres, located south of Highway 238, east of Sage Road, and fronted by North Central Avenue along its easterly boundary. The parcel is zoned in general industrial. Applicant is Brett Bensley, architect is Carlos Delgado, Architect LLC, and planner is Dustin Severs. Does any commissioner have any conflict of interest, ex parte contact, or site visits to disclose regarding this application? All right, seeing none, may we please have a staff report?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Dustin Severs of the Planning Department. I'll be presenting our first and only item this afternoon. That is the Forever Friends. This is a proposed pet cremation facility. Also includes memorial services. I have 3 new exhibits that we've included in the record since we published the staff report. I apologize for the lateness. So the first 2 items were submitted by the applicant. So at the land development meeting, we explained to the applicant that we needed them to provide a site plan. So initially they just provide a civil plan which serves as their site plan. We asked that they provide a separate document of only the site plan. And we also asked of 2 other things. We asked that they show pedestrian walkways as required by the code. And we also asked that they provide an elevation plan of their proposed trash enclosure. So Exhibit B1 is a replacement of their civil plan. The same plan, they just simply show the pedestrian connection on the plan. And Exhibit J is that site plan. So this is a new submittal. And again, it also shows the pedestrian walkway connecting the building to the sidewalk on North Central. And you can also see they do provide the elevation plan for their trash enclosure. It does meet all the material requirements of the code for trash enclosures. So we would like to strike condition number 6, which is a requirement that they provide an elevation plan for their building permit submittals as has been done. So I will provide an updated condition of approval would be Exhibit A-1 with our commission report. I'll remove that condition. Finally, just about 30 minutes ago, we did receive an email from a neighbor. So this is Mr. Kurt Utterback. He represents the Northgate Marketplace, which is located to the west of the subject site. I briefly read it. It's like they are opposed to the development. They feel like the use is not compatible with the surrounding area, particularly with the uses going in at Northgate. Hope you had a chance to take a look at it. Of course, as you understand, this body's responsibility is to review the site plan and architecture of developments, not to give a thumbs up or thumbs down on the proposed use. And shown on the screen here is the definition in our Medford Comprehensive Plan defining the heavy industrial glut designation and the general industrial zone, which is what the subject site is. So it does meet those requirements. It does clearly state that it allows for a large amount of noise, vibration, air pollution, or other nuisances. So this area was established as, I'm not sure how long ago this was established as industrial, but it's been that way for some time. Moving along, looking at our legal requirements. So the SPAC criteria are found in section 10.205A of the Medford Land Development Code is also included in your staff report. So begin by looking at the project summary. So the subject site consists of a single vacant parcel. It totals approximately 1.28 acres. As you can see, it is fronted by North Central Avenue, which is classified as a minor arterial street. The surrounding area, I'm sure you're all familiar with it. So just to immediately to the south of the site is the Oasis Indoor Soccer. This is like an indoor, I believe they have competitions there for soccer. This body approved this building back in 2021. To the west of the properties, you can see is the rail line. Basically everything to the west is outside of city limits in Jackson County. It is within our urban growth boundary. It does have that same GLUP designation as heavy industrial. And as stated in the neighbor letter, to the north and to the east is the north gate. Mostly the commercial stuff is directly to the north, and to the west you have the first phase that's been built out of the apartments. Then that vacant area immediately to the west, it will be phase 2 of the north gate apartments. Here's an image of the site. You see there's an existing access which is shared with the soccer facility to the abutting the property to the south. And you can also see all the public improvements that have been completed along the frontage of North Central Avenue. Site's general land use plan designation is heavy commercial. And again, you can see that all the property in the county to the west is in the heavy industrial zone. The zoning is general industrial, which is permitted in the heavy industrial GLUP designation along with the heavy industrial zoning. It's also in the airport area of concern. And the proposal is for a cremation facility composed of a cremation and processing area and office space, and also includes memorial service for their customers, clients. Moving along, looking at our issues and analysis. So first we'll look at the use. This is a pretty unusual use. I'm sure if we've had one yet. So 4 of her friends, they are an existing cremation facility and memorial service. They already have a location shown here on the slide, located in Phoenix, Oregon. So they are interested in coming to Medford. Before they submitted their application, they did reach out to staff about the use and where this type of use would be allowed. So looking at the screen here, we go by the standard industrial classifications provided by the Department of Labor. So per those standards, funeral services and crematories are not allowed in the general industrial zone. However, we did, it was statute, I know Kelly looked at, and also it got, ultimately a decision was made by the planning director. But we felt the more appropriate designation would be sanitary service, which is SIC code 495. Really the major distinction between a conventional crematory memorial facilities is the amount of traffic. We would anticipate a tremendous amount of additional traffic for a conventional one, whereas a pet facility, memorials would not generate that level. So we feel like the use is permitted per SIC code 495. Moving along, so they are proposing a cremation facility as along with the memorial services. If you look at their floor plan here, you can see the cremation area. They have 3 incinerators. They'll have the storage area, freezer. They also have a garage bay for to park a vehicle. To the northwest is a reception area, and on the east side is office area. In the top right of the screen, you see there's also a second story, which is going to just be used for storage. Looking at the site plan in the building specifically, the commission can find that the building meets all the bulk standards of the code in terms of height, lot coverage, and setbacks. They will be using the existing stormwater facility, I believe is a bioswale it was actually installed when the soccer building was approved in 2021. So they will be sharing this facility. That was the intent when they constructed that it would be used for both the soccer facility and the subject property. They show a trash enclosure to the north, or I guess that'd be the north of the site. And again, they did provide an elevation plan of that proposed trash enclosure. Look at pedestrian connectivity. So this was an issue we brought up at the LD meeting. Their initial plans didn't show a pedestrian walkway. So you can see there is a pedestrian walkway running right down the middle of the property, connecting the building to the sidewalk on North Central Avenue. And let me see if my arrow will show up. And if you see the property to the south, they also have a sidewalk or pedestrian walkway which is connected to the subject site. So we want to make sure with this development that they'll continue that pattern and run along this driveway connecting to the property to the north. It's not clear if that's what they're showing on here. I wasn't able to speak to Mr. Delgado, who's the applicant's agent, but that will be a requirement. We'll make sure when they submit their building permits that it clearly shows that there'd be a pedestrian walkway, at least on the south side, because it is requirements. It is required per our code for pedestrian connectivity. Access, so they'll be utilizing the existing driveway, which was shared with the soccer facility. As you can see, this driveway serves several more properties to the north. There is also one additional driveway for this driveway. Looking at parking, they show 9 spaces and 1 accessible space meeting the requirements. They didn't show any bicycle facilities. I'm not sure if we brought that up at the LD meeting or not, so we did include that as a condition of approval that they show those facilities with their building permit submittals. Next, we'll look at landscaping. So they're just required to provide frontage landscaping. They do so on their landscape plan. They also provide a lot of internal landscaping. That is not required. Anytime you have less than 24 spaces, parking area planners are not required. And since it's the parking area is well less than a half acre, they're also not required to provide the shading. Finally, we'll look at architecture. It's broken up in, I believe, 5 areas, facade frontages. You have 2 garage bays, you have stucco, some wooden front facade as well. So a little bit of a mixture of, looks like a pretty nice look from the illustration. So I'll move on to our findings and recommendation. So staff has reviewed the application and determined that there is sufficient information in the record to demonstrate compliance with the approval criteria. So with that, we ask you adopt the findings recommended by staff, and we ask you adopt the final order for approval of AC 25-396 as per the staff report dated January 30, 2026. It includes exhibits A1, which is our revised condition of approval. Will replace condition A through K, J and K being our two new exhibits, and we're also you'd be replacing exhibit B-1, replacing exhibit B with exhibit B-1 as their updated civil plan, which simply shows the pedestrian walkway. And with that, I can take questions. I know Mr. Delgado, who's the applicant's agent, wasn't able to make it. He said he might have somebody to come in. I'm not seeing anybody, so I don't believe they have a representative here. So just myself, and of course we have Mr. Doug Burrows from the Public Works Department. Thank you.
Thank you, Dustin. Are there any questions of staff? Mr. Whitlock.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So the report indicates and makes reference to an Exhibit C, which is the landscape plan. Mm-hmm. And your condition number 5 says they need to provide a final landscape and irrigation plan. Is the deficiency with Exhibit C that there's no irrigation plan associated with that?
No, it's just that we asked more substantial plans with their building permits in the middle. So pretty conceptual with what we accept at land use approval. But yeah, they have to provide additional information,
just
including irrigation.
More details
exactly.
To ensure compliance with all the standards.
Exactly.
And then another thing, there are numerous references in the applicant's materials and one reference in your report to a private consultation room. And looking at the floor plan, it's in the record at 430. I see a couple of bathrooms in the reception area, but I don't see like a private consultation area. Can you shed any light at all on that?
I thought the same thing. I can only assume that the reception area will be used for that, but not totally sure.
It doesn't seem very private.
Exactly.
Yeah, so is that of any significant concern to staff as to whether that exists or not on
No.
the plan?
No.
It
No,
isn't a requirement anywhere, correct?
That's correct.
And if I may, Madam Chair, one more thing. You didn't make reference to it, but there was actually an analysis in an email sent by Kelly Aiken to the applicant's representative about the interpretation that allows this sort of facility in the general industrial zone. I know in this letter, it doesn't, from the Northgate folks, Regency Centers, it doesn't make any legal arguments at all. It just raises concerns about compatibility, but those concerns would be the same no matter what sort of industrial facility might be located there, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, and waste incineration, you know, I can imagine that would even be worse potentially with some chemicals and other things that might create more of a concern to neighboring commercial uses.
Yeah, in terms of uses allowed in that heavy industrial cloth designation, it's probably one of the lighter ones that there actually would be allowed. So certainly a much more intense uses would be allowed to go there.
Thank you, and you covered it well, but obviously this commission does not make decisions about changing restrictions within allowed uses in a zone, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Are there any other questions of staff? Okay. So you said there isn't anyone here for the
That's
public
correct. I see
hearing?
there's one gentleman in the crowd, but he said he wasn't with the applicant. I checked
Okay,
to make
well,
sure.
just in case, I'll go ahead and open the public hearing in case there is anyone via Zoom. If there is anyone via Zoom that would like to speak on this, please, Amanda, let me know. No? Okay. Well, then, I guess we'll go ahead and close the public hearing. And are there any other questions of staff regarding this item?
I would like to see the motion with all those amendments, however. Madam Chair, if I may, I would move that the commission adopt the findings as recommended by staff and adopt the final order for approval of AC-25-396 per the staff report dated January 30, 2026, including exhibits A1 through K, with exhibit A1 replacing exhibit A and exhibit B1 replacing exhibit B. I
Second.
would also make
Oh,
it
sorry.
clear, if I may, as part of that, my apologies, that sidewalk along the westerly side of the driveway would need to be completed.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, well, roll call, please.
Mr. Camiller,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
Ms. Pierce,
Yes.
Mr. Whitlock,
Yes.
and Mr. Bender.
Yes.
We have 5 yeses.
All right, the motion passes. And that concludes today's public hearings. So we will move on to written communications, and we have none. Item 70 is new business, and we have none. Item 80 is report from the planning department. And we do have Kelly joining us, correct?
Hey there, I'm here. Sorry, I couldn't find my unmute button. Thank you for accommodating to me today. I'm Kelly Aiken with your planning department. I have just a couple things for you. First, I don't have regular business scheduled for February 20, your next regular meeting. And we're scheduling for March 6th, so we may or may not have something for March 6th. We have a couple things that are just came in. My question for you, though, is our human resource department is conducting respectful workplace training for all of our volunteer and staff members. So I'm curious to know if you would be interested in doing that at your next meeting, the February 20th, in lieu of a regular meeting.
Works for me.
I think that's fine for me.
Okay. It takes about 15 minutes. I also am for the Planning Commission, next week. I'm going to be doing a Planning 101 training. Takes about an hour to do so. Would you be interested in doing that at the same time?
What was the date of the Planning Commission one?
Planning Commission is next week on the 12th. So I don't mean for you to attend that. I meant for you to have the same training. So
Yes.
if we're going to do the HR training at your next regular meeting on the 20th, I could do that same Planning 101 training for you as well as the HR training.
Gotcha.
Again, I
Ki-
think that works for me.
Kelly, this is a fairly experienced group. What's the nature of that training?
Planning 101, sure.
Yeah.
So Planning 101, I run through the Oregon land use system, through the comprehensive plan, through the current planning process, and into building permits. So just so everybody can kind of understand how the statewide planning goals end up into a building permit.
Thank you.
And totally up to you. If that's not something y'all are interested in, that's fine. That won't hurt my feelings at all. We also could just have our HR training like immediately following a regular meeting. Like I said, it doesn't take very long. I don't want to have you come in for a 15-minute discussion. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Does that make sense then to just have that after our first meeting in March?
Yeah, I would agree as far as the HR one, just piggybacking a regular hearing.
That
Okay,
would be my
excellent.
preference as well, I think.
Okay, no problem. I will get that arranged. So thanks for that. That's helpful. Let's see. So then nothing then for February 20. Thank you for adopting the order today. And then we'll keep you posted on March 6th. Let's see what else. This week at City Council, they held a public hearing on our Stevens Street Transportation Facility Improvement application. They ended up continuing that. The neighbors have been pretty active, and our staff has been working with them closely. So that's still happening. Coming up at the next meeting, we have a revision for an urbanization plan on the east side of town, and also recommendations for using our general fund grant dollars and funding recommendations for that. And so I think that's all that I have for you today, unless you have questions for me.
Thank you, Kelly. Any questions?
Yes, Madam Chair. Kelly, I'm curious about what that east side planning thing is about.
Oh, sure. So it's an urbanization plan for MD3C. It's the one at Owen, and it's by Lincoln Elementary out there, Lincoln and, Owen, and I think it's Cheltenham. So they're moving some of their open space areas around and some of their GLUP map designations around. When you get into final design work, you find things that aren't exactly where they thought they were. So what they discovered when they are doing their final wetland area delineations is that the wetlands aren't where we thought they were. So then they're adjusting that to accommodate.
Is that Owen east or west of Springbrook?
East.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, any other questions for Kelly? All right, thank you, Kelly.
All right. Thank y'all. Have a good day.
You too. All right, item 90 is messages and papers from the chair. I have nothing. Item 100 is propositions and remarks from the commission. Anyone? No. All right, item 110 is adjournment. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.